Good afternoon, it's Curlyqball here, the sit-down comic. Well, today I'm standing up in the kitchen and I was looking along there today and I was thinking, well, maybe I want to make some keto mayonnaise. And I looked up several recipes online and there was quite a few how to make homemade mayonnaise. So as normal, I have to improvise because I don't always have everything I need to match everybody else's recipe. So I am going to make you some. So to do it, I'm going to use a mixing bowl. I'm going to show you real quick. This is my first batch I made a little earlier, and so I'm using coconut oil instead of any other kind of oil that they suggest you use all these other macadamia nuts or other kind of mild tasting nuts. Avocado oil, different things like that. But so anyway, I saw where one person said they did use coconut oil, and so my coconut oil, I get it in a big tub, and because I don't have my GoPro camera anymore, I want to put a plug in for Best Buy. I got a camera that wouldn't charge, and so my wife said after having 3 different people spend 2 hours each trying to figure out how to get me to working, we figured out I had some equipment that wasn't quite as good as I don't know what happened to it, but anyway, Best Buy took it all back, and so I'm putting in a plug for them guys because they treated us really well. Anyway, I get my coconut oil in a big tub, and there's this picture of the coconuts on there. And so it comes in, it's a big white hard chunk, and so we take it out of the bucket and put it into a container that's easier to use. Another plug for Tupperware. So there you go. And so I'll take some oil. First you got to crack eggs. Now a lot of recipes tell you to use the egg yolk, and they tell you to use Dijon mustard. Like I say, I don't always follow all the directions quite exactly as a lot of them does. So what I'm going to do, last time I heated in the microwave my oil, because like I say, it comes hot, or it comes hard, and so it doesn't come out of the container that well. So I microwaved it and let it sit around to get to room temperature. I'm going to try something different this time, and I'm going to try it with, I'm going to crack 2 eggs, and 1 egg, and 2 eggs, and I'm not going to worry about just the yolk. On most cooking shows they have everything lined up ahead of time, but I'm going to put some fresh squeezed lemon juice in there, about a couple tablespoons, and I'm going to put, so you used a little bit of that, and they said use Dijon, if I'm pronouncing that right, mustard. Well, anyway, I just use this yellow stuff. A couple tablespoons of that in there. And I'm going to try today doing it with this immersion blender. And I'm going to beat my eggs and mustard and stuff up just by smashing it a little bit. And I'm going to use my coconut oil, just straight, without melting it down this time, and see what my results are going to be on this. This other mayonnaise that I made first, as you can see, it's pretty nice looking mayonnaise. And so, take my immersion blender, and here we go. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to wish I'd have let this coconut oil get softer. Okie dokie, there we go. And I just got done immersing all my mayonnaise in the blender. Now it just does this in about a minute or so if you use a container that your mixer will just barely fit into, and then you just move it from side to side real slowly, and the oil will soak down into it. As I showed you, most recipes called for 1 egg yolk. One guy said he used the whole egg, so that's what I did, but I doubled the eggs. And I didn't measure how much coconut oil I put in. And so what I ended up with, and I put the mayonnaise and some salt in there. And so I've got some pretty good looking mayonnaise here. I'm going to pour it in a bowl here. And now it did get warm while I was mixing it. Not hot enough to cook the egg, of course. But this other mayonnaise I made just a little bit ago, I actually used the glass mixer, 2-cup mixer, or not mixer, the two cup measuring cup glass that this other mayonnaise is in, and my mixer actually fit into it a little tighter and did a little better job. Like I say, this doesn't pour out, and if you want this stuff to keep for a week, just stick it in the fridge covered. If you want it to keep for up to a month, they say open up one of them probiotic capsules, dump it in there, let it sit on the counter for 8 hours to get the active enzymes activated, and then go ahead and seal it up in the refrigerator for up to a month. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to call my buddy Wayne up, and his kids moved in with him so they've got a little 3-bedroom home and 6 people living in there, so cozy. But anyway, I'll put this in the fridge and cool it down, and I'll probably just send it over to him, and they'll have it used up in a day or so. So anyway, thanks for watching. My joke of the day is I went down to Social Security. I thought I was all registered and everything, and because I'm old enough and I'm retired, and well, I thought I was, and I guess I'm going to have to go back to work for a couple months just to wait until they get my Social Security started. And whoo-wee, man, I'll tell you what, my blood pressure went up to 7,000, I think, today, because here I was told in a letter that I was all registered, ready to go. I went down to verify everything to the office today, and you get to pick a number, and you sit there and wait. And so they called my number, and I went in there and found out if you register online, open an account with the federal government, don't stop there. You go back in, and then not only do you have to have your online account open, then you have to open your Social Security request to get your benefits. So anyway, I'm about a little cooled off now, so that's something somebody ought to warn people about before they get too serious about thinking they got something coming when they don't have it all arranged to have their ducks in a row. And speaking of ducks in a row, way back when, my brother-in-laws, they had the Duck Hunter on Atari, and man, we could really blast them things. Now games have changed so much that they're confusing to an old guy like me. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Go with God, and be good to yourself, be good to your friends, be good to your neighbors, and don't kick the dog. Talk to you later.